Hey, everybody. Welcome to Jon D Podcast. I'm your host, Jon D Miller. Welcome to episode number 72, everybody. Number 72, numero 72 in the old Espanol language. That's right. 1,509 going on 1,510 days now as I begin to record this of no booze. No booze, yes, no booze. How are yous? How are yous? How are y'alls? Where have I been? Where have I been? Where have you been? Is what I want to know. Huh? You haven't been checking on me. Although I had a lot of listens lately. I know. Last episode, not since December. And I want to apologize to you for that. I've been working on everybody else's podcast but my own. No, that's not totally true. But I have. I've been working on podcasts, just not on this one. But you know what? All I got to say is be careful of a billionaire, whatever his position or it might be in life. But anybody who has a lot of anything they could ever possibly need, be weary of them telling you, "Oh, you're going to feel some pain, to endure some things," because that's a crock of shit. Okay, so yeah, I'm just going to say that now. God, it's been just since December. We had Christmas. I passed. I turned 51 in January. I passed 4 years of no booze. That wasn't very fun. No, it's been all right. Thank you to people, anybody and everybody who might have wished me well on it. I appreciate that. That was super cool. And also to my buddy Josh, who wrote an email back a while ago into the show here. I don't remember what episode it was, but hey, man, thanks for checking in on me and making sure I didn't, as you put it, fall off the wagon, which I think I might have written a new bit about that. I don't know. I think other comics have written jokes about the wagon and what they call, when people are not drinking anymore and they start drinking again, they fall off the wagon. And I don't know. My thought was I've never fallen off the wagon. I think if anything, when I was drunk, I might have gotten wheeled home in a wagon. That might have happened at some point, or that somebody loaded me into one and just rolled me down the hill. I don't know what hill that would be, but I've lived at the bottom of some hills in my life. So, maybe some of my friends were like, just put him in. I would deal with it. Let his woman deal with it. We don't want to get in trouble. Yeah, but it was, I don't know, crazy winter. I mean, Canada, I love you. I really do. The true north, strong and free. May you always remain that way. But, man, that cold, I don't know I'm not trying to start some conspiracy theory. People go, oh, they're sending the cold weather down here to punish us. Don't even. You know how people are. No, it was. It just cold Arctic domes, or whatever they call them. The thing is, my son even got it. Like, we were sitting there one night, and we'd come in from being outside, and like out like grocery shopping. Not at grocery shopping, but we were out doing something, and we came back into the house, and he was like, oh, I can't even imagine how cold it is in Canada. Yeah, exactly. If it's, 18 degrees here in the middle of the mid-Atlantic coast, what is it in Canada? I don't know. That's what I'm saying. You people are strong up there, man. Every time I've been up there, like when I used to do comedy, I told them, some of the bookers and people I worked with, I'm not going back up there in November through March. You can just take me off the schedule and put me on something that's in between April and October, I guess. Maybe September would be preferable. I don't know. Like, Canadians, I love your hockey. I love you as a people. You're awesome. But please, your cold air. Come on. I mean, it was crazy. We had snow on an Alabama beach in the Gulf of Mexico. That is just absolutely insane. People go, oh, it's a once in a lifetime occurrence. Well, a lifetime is what, 80? Let's say 80 years. Find me something 80 years ago where it snowed on Alabama beach. I'm not saying it didn't. I'm not going to waste my time looking it up because I don't think it's ever happened. That's my point. And I know I made some statements here a second ago, and people go, oh, I thought you didn't really talk about like politics or anything like that on the show. Well, you know what? Some people lately seem to be saying one thing and doing another. So, maybe I'm just following suit. Am I right? I am. Don't argue with me. So, anyways, let's talk about hockey, huh? Alex Ovechkin, 895 goals, all-time leading goal scorer in NHL history. Now, I saw Ovi's first 2 goals ever. I remember watching him play. I'd seen some video and everything else like that, but I'm watching him play in person. I was like, man, this kid is going to do some stuff. And, at the time, I thought he would have won maybe a few more cups, but that's not just on him, It's a team sport. You got to have a good team around you. Ovi didn't have a very good one for the first couple of years, and I went to the first playoff game that the Caps had been in like 7 years, and Ovi scored his first ever playoff goal. I think it was Marty Baron. The Caps had been down 4-2, and they came back and won it 5-4. They ended up losing the series, actually, which kind of baited just a bit. But I remember that first game against Columbus, and I was like, man, this kid, I mean, you just couldn't, his shot was just so crazy. You could just see it. You could just see the skill, you see the power. So anyways, congratulations to him, and I'm really happy for him, and I'm glad that he got the record. Now the team can get back to playing team hockey instead of always force feeding Ovi the puck. It sucks because Ovi he should already have broken the record, and he should be on his way to 1,000. He should be at 1,000. His first season, after he got drafted, there was no NHL season. He lockouts, COVID. All that stuff added up to, I don't know how many, especially when he was young and he was popping in 63 goals in a season or around that. I mean, he could have had another 50 and then another 50. Come on. He should be over 1,000 for his career. And he got shorted. And I don't want to be a conspiracy theorist, but supposedly, no, I'm just kidding. I don't think that ever happened. I love you, Canadians. You're awesome. Ilya Sorokin, I was telling my kid and a friend of mine, I was like, man, whoever gets to be the goalie, right? Like, nobody really remembers Garth Snow, who was the goalie when Gretzky broke the record. He ended up scoring like 70-something more goals afterwards. But people don't remember Garth Snow. I mean, people might who've watched hockey for a long time. They will remember Garth Snow. Like, you say, hey, Garth Snow, and they're like, yeah, he played for the Islanders, the Canucks, and blah, 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 right? That's what I would have said. There was another team in there, I believe. But it doesn't matter. My point is, yeah, I know who Garth Snow was. Now, if you had said to me, Garth Snow, was he the goalie that Gretzky scored on to break the record for most goals in a season? I would have said, I have no idea, dude. Why are you asking me this? You want to look it up? There's Google. You have a phone. Look it up. Okay, cool. That's what I would have said. So, that's what I mean. I don't know. People for a while will go, oh, Ilya Sorokin, which I thought was funny. Budweiser made up some beers with cans on them, and they say 0 of 895, and they gave it to goalies who have ever played against Ovi and not surrendered a goal. Which some of them it was stupid. It was like, what was that Dobesh kid from Montreal? And he's faced 5 shots or 3. Don't get me wrong. A lot of goalies have literally first-time shot, first-time goal. Ovi scores. Don't get me wrong. Stopping any shot of his it's a feat. I give him credit. So congrats to Ovi. I'm very proud of him. I'm very proud to say I'm rooting for him. And some people are saying, oh, he's Russian. He's terrible. Don't bring that stupid war bullshit into it. And I say stupid war as in the war is stupid. Putin is stupid. That's what I'm saying. He was here long before that ever happened. And I don't think he supports it. So, and quit showing old pictures of him and Putin from years ago. Oh, Putin congratulates Ovi, and people go, oh, I see. He's not even in Russia. He's still here in the United States. He's playing hockey. Come on. Be smart, Americans, and wherever you are. So, anyways, congratulations to Ovi. I've been on, streaming, whatever, Hulu and all that shit. Which, of course, they're getting more and more expensive. I don't understand. Can I just say this? I have no fucking idea why. Except for the fact that I guess they feel they can do it. Because what are we going to do? We're going to change? We're going to switch? Is why when you are a quote-unquote legacy customer, why does Hulu or these other companies, because you're not new to them. No, you've only been paying them money every month for 2, 3, 4 years. And they're like, oh, hey, we're raising our rates because you're a legacy customer. Well, my legacy is going to be I'm going to leave your ass at one of these days. You keep freaking raising my shit. Partly it's the live TV. That's the expensive part now. If you want live TV, I mean, I love my hockey. So it comes like tonight. I was watching a game. It was what? Leafs and Panthers. Right? I was watching that. I don't just watch the Caps. Okay. But I don't understand why. Why is that? You pay them overnight and they're just like, yeah, we're just going to raise your rates. But anyways, hey, you, Mr. Nobody. We've never met you before. Would you like to come in and join all of our services for $15 a month? Yeah, these people over here are paying $90 or, $70 to $90. But you can have it for $15 for 2 years. And then, yeah, I'm just saying. All right. So the National Film Registry is run by the Library of Congress, and they have on their websites every year, they pick like 25 movies, and they could be over the course of any time. They don't have to be recent, or they don't have to be a certain age. Well, I think they have to be a certain age, but like 20 years or 25, something like that. In this year's inductees into the National Film Registry. And what they do is they take these movies and they put them in there, and they keep them for, purposes of being culturally relevant, right? They could be the time, the place, what it's about, a lot of different things, all that in between, combined. So that's what they do. And here's the coolest thing about it. You can actually go to their website and, well, for now, and you can actually download the movies for free. You can watch them for free. I don't think it's the best video quality. I think they might be like MOV files. So they're not the best, but free. But you actually download the movies, and they're not the best quality, but they're okay. At least as far as watching it on a computer screen. I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't don't download a movie from the National Film Registry as a MOV file and then be like, all right, kids, we're having movie night. Like it's going to be it's probably not going to be the best. I don't know if it's definitely better than some of the movies I used to watch on the Fire Stick. Did anybody remember that thing? Is that still going on? I don't know of anybody who does that anymore. But do you remember that? Would the jailbreak the Fire Stick, the Kodi app? Or do they just stop it? Is that what it was? I don't know. I haven't done that in so long, because that's what happened. You kept getting these shitty freaking movies with people, filming in a movie theater. Yeah, this is not going to work. This is not going to make my family entertained. What were we trying to watch one time? It was I think it was one of the Despicable Me movies. I think that's what it was. It was the Despicable Me movies, one of them, not the first one, but one of them. And I remember trying to watch it, and you just see, at first we're like, what's up with the sound? What's up with the picture? It doesn't look, and then you literally saw somebody just walk, doing the whole excuse me type of situation. And then you could see somebody moving kind of to get out of the way. Yeah. So when I say it's not great, they're good quality. They're just not, don't put them on your 80-inch fucking Samsung TV. Yeah, that's with the UHD and the 8 million pixels. I get it. Don't do that. Okay, don't do that. And I do know that fact about TVs. I don't know what they are now, but that's what they used to be, because I used to work for Best Buy. So that's how I knew that, specifically with dealing with television. Anyways, you can go to the National Film Registry and you can get these movies and you can watch them off of their website, which is super cool. You want to talk about your taxpayer dollars being put to good use? I think it is. All right. But anyways, just to go over real quick, 3 of the inductees that I found to be very interesting were, one of them was Dirty Dancing. Yeah. For the ladies, right? Got to throw that in there because it's culturally relevant to see Patrick Swayze shaking his hips around. I've heard women say it. It's his hips. It's his hips in the movie. Really? That's that's the thing? I don't know. I'm not a dancer, and I guess, but Dirty Dancing, nobody puts baby in the corner. So I guess, they filmed it here in Virginia, but you know what? Here's the thing about Dirty Dancing. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the storyline for the movie, it's not even the dancing and the blah, blah, blah. But my thing, I just never thought the storyline was all that great of a story, right? You have this chick who goes to on vacation with her rich family, and then they're staying there, and then these kids that work at the place, they also dance, and when they dance, they're dirty dancing, and then, yeah, come on. It's a different version of breakdance in the movie. It's just not that good a story. You throw some romance in there, you throw some kid rebelling against their parents. It's got all the elements of doing that. So okay. Because how else am I going to defend another choice that I truly think should be in there, and that's Up in Smoke. I mean, come on now. Obviously, Cheech and Chong. Got to be in there. By the way, I'd tell this story. I don't know if I ever have. I don't know how tall Cheech Marin is, but I have met Tommy Chong in person very briefly, literally just stood. I was at the Funny Bone here in town. I wasn't working. I was there hanging out. Tommy Chong came walking up the ramp. There was a ramp coming up from where the green room was, and he had his guitar and he had a Hawaiian shirt. And he was, I don't know, he was maybe up to my shoulder. I'm 6 foot. If my posture's good. And but he looked over, I was like, hi, I'm Tommy. And I said, hey, I'm Jon. He goes, are you working? And I said, no, I'm just hanging out. My friend's working. And he said, cool. How are they? And I said, they're great. They're here for you. He said, awesome. I'm going to go work now. And I said, good. He goes, it was good to meet you, Jon. I thought that was super cool, actually. Not that I made an impression on him. I just think it was cool that he remembered my name and said it. He said, yeah, thank you, Jon. And then he kept on walking. But he was like on my shoulder, and he's shorter. Look at the movies. Watch the clip for Mexican Americans. I'm just saying, any scene you see them together. I mean, Up in Smoke, obviously, but which actually I know Mexican Americans is in next movie, is not in Up in Smoke. But I was watching that the other day, and it always makes me laugh. Anyways, so if that has cultural relevance, which I think it does, just the counterculture and everything else that's sort of involved with it, as well as the Stonerifics of it, I guess you could say. So yeah, I think it should be in there. Beverly Hills Cop. I haven't seen the new one, the new Beverly Hills Cop, but there you go. I don't have Netflix. That's another one. Stay with us longer, and we're just going to keep raising your rates up. Why? If anything, it should go to a certain point and then start reducing back down. I think that's what it should be. Can we do that? Can we negotiate that deal? That's exactly what I would say. Let it go up, and then we'll negotiate it back down. We'll let it slide back down, and then you can let it go back up for a little bit. Like something like work with us. Every other month it's this price. I don't fucking know. I'm not a business major. You are. You figure it out. You figure out how to keep me happy enough that I stay giving you money. That's what my freaking point is, right? Yeah, I hear people cheering in my head. But anyways. So, Beverly Hills Cop, that was cool. I think that's a good one. Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan. Which, can I just say this? Wrath of Khan, great movie. Definitely, they came back with a bang after releasing that first shitty Star Trek movie, Voyager, that whole thing. They did. And the cast was great in that. And then they came out with 3, and I don't think 3 will ever be in the National Film Registry. If anything, because they took away little cute Kirstie Alley as Saavik and replaced her with that other lady. I don't even remember her name. I know one time I was at a Comic-Con, and she was there, and I walked past and I saw her, and I was like, fake Saavik. No, she was actually in 2 of the movies, wasn't she? I think. What was the one in 4? I liked 4. It was where they go to San Francisco and save the whales. It was a stretch, but who cares? Dakota Khan. You know what scene still in that movie gives me the queasies is the Chekhov. Remember they put the worms in him and the captains and the helmets, and it controls their brains. All right, maybe it's not that great a movie. Nothing else. The battles, it was the space battles, the ship to ship. You know what I mean? That's pretty epic. Okay, Khan, here it comes. All right, see, what can I tell you? I know I'm a movie quote guy, but check those out. All right. Well, I guess I need to start wrapping it up here. We did some fun stuff, and I know I don't like to talk politics on here. I am going to sort of discuss something, and I'm just going to say a couple things real quick, okay? And then we're going to move on. I just want to tell people, stop trashing Teslas, okay? Just stop it. And I say that because it's stupid. Some people, you don't know, okay? Okay. Regular Teslas. If it's the fucking truck thing, you can, whatever. No, don't do that. It's stupid, is my point. Stop it. Okay? It's dumb. A lot of people probably have Teslas. That's their car. That's what they drive. Remember, there was a time before none of this was going on. Things change. I get it. But you can't, don't punish somebody because they bought a car 5 years ago when Elon was still, hadn't gone quite off the deep end yet. Or maybe he always was. We just didn't know about it. Point being, these people didn't know it when they bought the car. We're better than that. You want to protest at a dealership, that's one thing. Leave people's property alone. Here we are in America with the things that are going on. We're going to get through it. I'm not saying don't take the gloves off every once in a while, because I think we're going to need to. Stop acting stupid. Scratching up somebody's Tesla is dumb. Not to mention the fact those things have all these cameras on them and shit. Come on. I would never own a Tesla just for the fact that you could be watched at any moment. You're sitting there trying to drive and scratch your balls, and somebody could be watching you. I don't want that, Get out in the middle of Ohio, the Ohio Turnpike. That thing is flat and straight. You got nothing else to do. Just sitting there. I used to always pretend sometimes when I'd be on those things, I'd have the cruise control on. Literally, I'd have my shoes off, cruise along. Nobody around me nobody, just by myself. And I would just pretend I was flying a plane. That's what I would do. I would just pretend like I was Lindbergh flying across the Atlantic, just if that guy could have done it, I could do it. I can get through. I could go from Michigan to DC in one day. All right. I got to get going now. This has been long enough. This one's just going to have to come out, whether I like it or not. I think, you know what I mean? I think it just needs to come out. All right. I got to get going. As always, please like, subscribe, download, tell your friends. Don't forget your charities, okay? Very important right now. No Kid Hungry. That's a great charity. And any of these charities are fine, but I encourage you to go to them or any other charities that might be in your local community. But some of the ones that tend to be more broad, that are more reachable wherever you might be, of course, are No Kid Hungry, right? Many school-aged children are in situations where the best meal of the day comes from school, right? So No Kid Hungry helps children with meals when children in need are away from school, such as weekends and holidays, okay? Wounded Warrior Project, the brave men and women who have served our country, really, truly deserve the best care that we can give them after they return home. And some of them need extra help getting that done. And some of them have wounds that are external and or internal that they might need help with, or just accessible housing. It's a long list of things that can be done. And Wounded Warrior Project makes it happen. WoundedWarriorProject.org. BestFriends.org is making a difference by helping homeless dogs and cats in shelters be adopted faster and in more numbers. Their goal is to have the entire country no-kill shelters. BestFriends.org, okay? Like I said, check out those charities. Support any of the other ones that might be worthwhile in your local community. I don't care what they do. Just a little bit of this, a little bit of that, whatever you can do. Not on Twitter anymore. So if you go on there, I do my comedy thing. That's only so I can read some of the stuff that I follow. But the podcast handle, whatever thing, is done. However, Jon D Podcast on Facebook or Jon D Podcom on Instagram, Threads, YouTube. This episode was recorded and produced by yours truly, Jon D Miller, right here in the Amber Tree Media studio. No sponsor on the show. So, what are you going to do? Oh, somebody was asking me about the gift card the other day. Somebody sent me I don't know. Am I still doing that? Dave, are we still doing it? Are we still doing the gift card? What do you know? You don't know. Yes, we are. We are doing it, apparently. He doesn't pay for anything. He just sits there and just doesn't do shit. Okay. Am I going to do the gift card thing? I guess I could. I don't think it. Did anybody do PBR and pork rinds? I don't even remember. That's how long ago it was. Did anybody get it? I don't. I really don't know. So I'm going to go with no, nobody did. But I'm going to say that one is, that one's no more good. I'm no good anymore. No, because I'm not going to do it now. You didn't do it before. People listened to the episode. Not as many as I've had in the past, but people listened. My listeners stay around. That's awesome. Thank you. But if you want to do this one, yes, I will still do the Amazon gift card for this episode, not the last one, not PBR and pork rinds. Here's what you do if you want to get the $10 Amazon gift card. Find the title that'll be of the episode. Find it the first time it appears, because it's always something I say in the episode. Find when it is in the episode. Get the minute mark and what it is, and get the minute mark, and send me an email, jondpodcom@gmail.com. Okay? Send that to me. And if you're the first person to do it, I'm not doing 30 of these freaking things. Well, or more than that if everybody did. If everybody wrote in, but I'm not doing that. It's the first person. And you have to trust me on who it is. That's how it's going to be. I will give you a $10 Amazon gift card. It's easy. I just do your email, and then I send it, and you accept. It's easy. Somebody said, can you really do that? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? With all the stuff, the modern technology nowadays. Come on. Somebody was saying, aren't you afraid somebody's going to try to scam you? Out of $10 from Amazon? I don't think so. You think you know what I mean? Like somebody in Africa from Nairobi is trying to rip me off out of $10 Amazon gift card. And you know what? If somebody is in Nairobi and they listen and they say, this is it and this is the minute, if they pass all the steps, I don't give a shit who they are. I really don't. They could be an evil dictator or a wannabe one. Okay, maybe not them, but you know what I mean? It could be, there's a big wide range of people that I don't give a shit who they are or where they're from. If they want the $10 Amazon gift card and they're willing to do the steps, they can have it. Yeah, because I'm just that kind of a person. All right. This is going to be a freaking nightmare to edit. But I've been working on so many other people's stuff. This will be nice. I'll actually get sick of hearing myself talk again. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure that'll happen. So anyways, thanks for listening, everybody. Keep the faith. And by faith, I mean in yourselves. Okay. All right. Just do that. Chin up. Be smart. Be resistant. And do it wisely. and spread kindness. And that's how we're going to deal with it. All right. Well, that has been episode 72, número 72 of Jon D Podcast. I've been your host, Jon D Miller. Thanks for listening, everybody. I'll try to be back a lot sooner than I was before. I just need some new energy in the show. I'm working on it. Thanks, everybody. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And until next time, later for you.